everyone, it's Nat. I'm a horse witch, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are new. Today, I'm going to do something kind of exciting for me. I'm going to talk about the new horse tarot by Llewellyn. It's called Unbridled Spirit Tarot, art by Dianita, and it is authored by Tina Tack Anderson. So there are a couple walkthroughs on YouTube for this deck, but if there was any time for a horse witch to weigh in, it is now. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, so it comes in one of those massive Llewellyn boxes, but it is not a tuck box. It's actually a really nice hard cardboard magnetic box. And it comes with one of the big Llewellyn books. I'm going to move my candle. So here it is. It is 199 pages, so 200 pages, really. And it is full color and glossy. It's very beautiful. So I'm going to walk through the cards and kind of read not what each one is about, but each card has a title other than the tarot title. So I'll go through those. It does come with a little card holder. Here's some various sales stuff, I guess. Oh, but you do get to hear about the artist. So Diana Vargas Sampieri is a Mexican artist who specializes in graphite, acrylics, and oil paints. And Tina Tack Anderson is a writer who sees tarot as a valuable resource in a person's first aid kit. So very cool. And here we have the deck. It is a nice cardstock. It'll shuffle really well. There are the backs. And we'll see what I think about this card from an equestrian perspective. These cards from an equestrian perspective. I can speak. All right, so I'm going to put the box to the side. Okay, so the Fool is called Dock Diving Dreams. If you have ever seen the movie Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, it is based on the memoir by Sonora Webster Carver called A Girl and Five Brave Horses. And it is about dock diving in the times of the Great Depression, which is when this was popular in the 20s and 30s. Next, we have the Magician, Native American Hunt Blessing. This feels a little appropriating to me, but there are also other cultures and their horses depicted in this. So maybe I'm just sensitive as an American to Native American appropriation. I do love the art on these cards. The High Priestess is Joan of Arc's divine vision. Like any normal teenage girl, I went through a Joan of Arc phase. My first horse, Cece, his sister was named Joan of Arc because my parents let me pick her register name. So, just a little bit of Nat lore. The Empress is the goddess Epona, the sacred mother. And here she is depicted with a white horse and foal. Although there is no such thing as a truly white horse, they are all double dilutes. So they're like a champagne or a Perlino. The emperor is Alexander the Great and the mighty Bucephalus. Hierophant is beautiful Jim Key's lessons. I'm going to have fun looking this up because I have never heard of Jim Key. The Lovers, Decisions of the Wild Heart. I love the lupin. You have a little rattlesnake there. That's so cool. And the backs on these cards are gorgeous. The Chariot is the tenacity of Roman riding. So that's pretty cool. And Strength, here we see a pioneer woman and her mule, and they're decked out in wildflowers from the prairie. The humble perseverance of the pioneer. Mules are really cool. They're not the equine for me, but they are really cool. The Hermit, Post Rider's Solitary Ride. The Wheel of Fortune is the introduction of the automobile. Do you think the focus symbols on the wheels mean anything? That's kind of a cool detail. All right, Justice, Rhiannon's faith in the truth. So another horse goddess represented. The Hanged Man, Jigatova's versatile view. Death, Valkyrie's liberation of a lost soul. This is a beautiful card. I can't wait to read with these. Temperance is the adaptable medieval blacksmith. And it looks like he's making a piece of armor for the horse. The Devil is another beautiful card. The Greed of Tikbalang. Tikbalang. It's apparently a Filipino. So if I have any Filipino followers that can tell me how to say that, I would be grateful. The Tower, Fire Department's Late Night Awakening. So this is cool. This has, I don't know why this reminds me of the Chicago fire and Mrs. O'Leary's cow who kicked over the lantern for some odd reason. The Star is the legend of the bloody-shouldered Arabian. The bloody shoulder, as you see here, and on her foal, is actually a coat marking and not an injury. And it appears on gray horses. And it isn't necessarily have to be on their shoulder. I've actually seen bloody shoulder markings on gray horses' faces and necks as well. The Moon, the allure of the Kelpie. And look at that reflection. How cool is that? This definitely has a Scorpio races feel. The Sun, Helios and the Sun Chariot. Helios, excuse me. Judgment, the reassignment of Staff Sergeant Reckless. So Sergeant Reckless was a horse that served in the Korean War and was mainly used to pull wounded soldiers out of battle. The World, Happily Ever After. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful fae. Stunning. All right, the Minor Arcana. And these are out of order from the book. Hang on. So the Cup suit is really about kind of the family horse. So Ace of Cups is the promise of new life. And here we see a little girl and her grandfather and a mare and her foal. Two of Cups is a romantic trail ride. I love the diversity in this card. Actually, I really love the diversity in this deck. Lots of different cultures. But anytime a non-white person is shown in a tarot deck, I really enjoy it. Three of Cups, Horse Club Festivities. How cute that is. And here we have a girl in a wheelchair also enjoying the horses. So again, really diverse. I kind of like it. Actually, the child on the left has an oxygen hose going into his nose. So this looks like maybe a disabled kids camp or something. How cool. Four of Cups, Missed Opportunities. So this guy here broke his arm and can't show showmanship, which, because he wants the showmanship cup to go with his roping champion, his champion, and his first place. He could have shown showmanship with his broken arm. Just saying. That's not even the arm he'd be holding the horse with. That is just the arm he'd be holding the tail of the lead rope with. So sad. All right. Five of Cups is Loss and Life Remaining. So here we see the girl and her grandfather again, and it looks like the foal from the Ace of Cups has lost his mother, which is an interesting take on this card. I don't usually see Five of Cups as grieving or heartbreak. That's usually Three of Swords for me. Six of Cups, A Wistful Afternoon. So you see, have a mom and a daughter and their little mini pony. Seven of Cups, Delusions of Grandeur. So here you have a girl with her horse in the pasture, and she's looking at all these magazines and dreaming of all of the prizes she wants to win. Eight of Cups, Taking the Next Steps. So here she's walking away because she's graduated and she has to go to college now. Nine of Cups, Dreams to Reality. So here Lindy has drawn this picture of a blue barn with a red roof age 6, and here she is as an adult, and she has purchased her dream farm. 10 of Cups, one big happy family, and you have the Christmas card in the viewfinder, and they're all taking a picture. Page of Cups, daydreaming delight. So cute with the little unicorn. Knight of Cups, charming courtship. Even the horse is like, hey, ladies. That's probably a gelding. A mare could never. And here you have the Page of Cups with the Queen of Cups. And that is a cute little scene. Oh, and the card is titled A Loving Mother's Muse. And finally, we have the King of Cups, a father's pride and affection. So he's hanging all the ribbons and trophies that his daughter and her pony have won. All right, Pentacles. So the Pentacles are going to feature working horses and people who work with horses. So here in the Ace of Pentacles, we see sea harvesting, and they use these big draft horses to farm for like anchovies or shrimp or something like that. And it's gonna bug me now. So it is shrimp, and it's off the north coast of France and the Netherlands. I had to look that up. And the next we have circus performers, 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is mounted patrol. Okay, but a cab, except the horses. The horses have no sense of justice unless they're mares, and then they do. Or if they're geldings and their friend has gotten 2 snackies and they have only gotten 1. 4 of Pentacles, a mining pit pony. Five of Pentacles, pack horse. 6 of Pentacles, equine assisted therapy. 7 of Pentacles, the farm horse. I like this. I like this imagery. I like this imagery for the 7 of Pentacles of the farm horse plowing the field so the farmer can plant the seeds. 8 of Pentacles, logging horses. 9 of Pentacles, entertainment, animal actors. 10 of Pentacles is event carriage horses. The Page of Pentacles is the stable hand. Knight of Pentacles is the leather worker. The Queen of Pentacles is the barn manager. Oops. And the King of Pentacles is the veterinarian. I'm going to say this, though. None of my vets would be caught dead in that shirt. All right, the swords. So in this suit, they're going to show different horse sports around the world. So this is Sinjiska Alka. So if I have any Croatian followers, please tell me if I pronounced that horribly or semi-correct. And you have the Yabu Same mounted archery. And the Three of Swords is a competition loss. It looks like she got 3rd place instead of 1st place. So sad. And here we have Race Recovery, 4 of Swords. And 5 of Swords is Jareed. Six of Swords is endurance riding. Seven of Swords is the polo steel. So this person here is has the ball, and this guy here is trying to steal it. Eight of Swords, harness racing. Nine of Swords, show jumping. And so this woman here is worried because she has to memorize the jump course, which, as someone who did jumpers, that is the worst part because they throw in all those crazy turns. It's not like a hunter course where you have a single fence to an outside line to the diagonal to a single fence to the outside line and maybe finish with another single fence. Hunter, unless it's a derby, hunter courses are very predictable. Jumper courses are not. 10, steeplechase, and this guy fell down. And his horse is worried about him, which has never happened in the history of ever. When the steeplechase horses lose their rider, they become agents of chaos on the racecourse. Page of Swords, equine event journalist. And then Knight of Swords is Pato Gaucho. Which to me seems kind of like polo cross a little bit. Queen of Swords, riding coach. King of Swords, competition judge. All right, now we have the wands. Fun fact of Natalie lore, I actually did high school rodeo. I did gymkhana on my mom's older horse. I think I rodeoed on him when he was like 24. And people would get out of the arena because he was very fast. And he didn't like me. So steering was optional. So were brakes. All right, Ace of Wands, pole bending. Two of Wands, Piales and Lienzo. I'm not sure. My Spanish is terrible. But it's basically horse healing, which I'm shocked they included in this. It is incredibly inhumane. So I don't know how I feel about that. I think there is probably a different discipline you could have chosen for the Two of Wands, especially the Two of Wands. That's questionable at best. Three of Wands, you have team roping. Four of Wands, escaramuza, which is basically like a Mexican drill team. Maybe Spanish drill team. I'm not sure if they are supposed to be entertainment before a bullfight. But they always ride incredibly well, and their costumes are fantastic if you ever get to see them in person. Five of Wands is the saddle bronc. And Six of Wands, breakaway roping. Seven of Wands, cutting. Eight of Wands, barrel racing. Look, barrel racers. It's a woman with a not cruel bit, not starfishing. Was that snarky? Maybe a little. Nine of Wands, camp drafting, which is interesting. 10 of Wands, El Paso de la Muerta, the Pass of Death. I've never seen this, but in California, Mexican rodeos are frowned upon, especially the ones that have horse healing and stuff like that. And they actually, there's this whole system here where they will set up overnight rodeos in like abandoned lots, and they're there for one night and then they leave. It is wild. Page of Wands, Grand Entry Flag Rider. Fun fact, a little bit of Natalie lore. I actually did Grand Entry for the Truckee Rodeo in 2005? No. Yeah, 5. I have a belt buckle to prove it and everything. Knight of Wands, Pickup Rider. If you've ever been to a rodeo, these dudes, badass. Just simply badass. I wanted to be them when I was little. I grew up and I'm still not as badass as they are. The Queen of Wands is the Chara. Again, beautiful costumes, amazing riders. And then for the King of Wands, we have the Shoot Boss. And no one argues with the Shoot Boss. All right. So I'm going to shuffle these and pull a few cards. And then I want to get out my Oracle of the Sacred Horse, because one of the entire reasons I wanted to get this deck was because I thought it would pair really, really well with the Oracle of the Sacred Horse. It shuffles beautifully, I might add. I think I have one deck that shuffles as nice as this, and it is my AI Taylor Swift deck. Okay. See, I lied. Come on, do the thing. Oh, that's so pleasing. This has a similar cardstock feel to my Taylor Swift deck as well. I'm going to say the AI one because it is AI, even though it's not advertised like that. So not the Tarot by Suburban Witch, but the other one I have, which is now sold out. The card feel is similar, except these ones have a linen finish. Those ones don't. But as far as the core goes and the flexibility of the cards and how they bounce back, very similar. And that is one of my favorite decks to work with. So I really wish it would stop doing this. So we'll do a little collective reading for everybody. How does that sound? I really want to shuffle these well. Did I just shuffle in reversals? No. Okay, good. Because I've been haunted by the Wands cards lately. And I feel like there's a collective energy of Wands overall for everyone. I think a lot of readers are noticing, but they've been haunting me in particular, and I don't know why. So if I get a lot of Wands cards, I apologize. But they're trying to tell me something, and I don't know what. This annoys me. Did I just shuffle in reversals? No. All right. So we're going to start off with the Queen of Swords. Okay. Page of Cups and Five of Cups. All right, so I'm going to read the entries for these three cards. I'm not going to do it for all of them because that would make this video 40 minutes. No, 40 hours long. Queen of Swords. Unbridled spirit of the message. At first glance, our writing coach appears stern and cynical as she critiques her pupil. She communicates an air of focus and determination. The spirit of the Queen of Swords is often misjudged this way. Truly, a person who values logic and discipline will tell you exactly what they think. They strive for directness and communication, but should take care that their directness doesn't become cruel. If this card appears for you, the time may be at hand for you to use some direct and clear communication with those around you. And they have the reversed meaning also, but they're calling it with blinders on. I'm not going to read it though. And then there's a connection exercise. When this card appears, you need to connect with the spirit of the Queen of Swords. Critical thinking skills need to be exercised. Practice your critical thinking skills by researching and never taking things at face value. Use the 5 W's and 1 H question to get to the root of the matter. Who is directly associated with this issue? What part do we want to play in the matter? When did the problem start? Where did this come from? Why is it surfacing now? And how do we work to resolve the matter? And then we have the Page of Cups. The unbridled spirit of the message. A magnificent pony unicorn has carried her heroine thousands of miles to an enchanted river to rescue a golden fish from evil clutches. The kingdom shall rejoice in its safe return. Take part in the fantasy of the spirit of the Page of Cups. View the world around you with wonder and awe your inner child would see. Allow that perspective to let you see fresh opportunities and let your imagination and creativity lead you on to new adventures. Let nothing dash your hopes and dreams. And finally, 5 of Cups. If the spirit of the 5 of Cups finds you, I offer my sincerest sympathy. You are faced with the loss of something dear to you, maybe a person, pet, career, or even a lost opportunity. Emotions overwhelm you, and your perspective on life might be shaken. While the future may look different than you imagined, you have blessings to be thankful for, and promise lies ahead, even if it does not feel that way in this moment. So what I'm taking from this is something needs clear communication and a clear head. But you don't want to become overly analytical that you lose your whimsy. And this might be in regards to either a lost job opportunity or maybe a breakup, or maybe you got into a fight with a sibling, something like that, or a fight with your parents. So come at it logically. And here I'm actually going to say, don't let it hurt your inner child. Don't react out of a lack of restraint, like a child's tantrum type of thing. Really kind of embrace your maturity and deal with it in a healthy manner. I'm going to get my Oracle of the Sacred Horse because I think they're going to pair beautifully with each other. Oh, okay. The Emperor and the Queen of Swords. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Yep. I love this. I love this so much. Oh, look at how well the art goes together. Shut the front door. Okay. Well, obviously, I have to read these decks together because they're gorgeous, but I'm not going to do that right now because I'm tired. And reading still takes a lot of mental capacity from me. All right, guys, you heard it here first. Oracle of the Sacred Horse pairs beautifully with the Unbridled Spirit Tarot. Oh, it's so gorgeous. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. There's the cover artwork. Oh, man. There has never been a deck pairing as perfect as this. Probably there has, but not in my eyes. All right, I'm obsessed. I can't get enough of this. I'm going to do something with this at some point on this channel. I just don't know when or what, but it is too perfect. It's going to take me a little bit to get used to the imagery on these cards. I don't find them to be as intuitive as like a traditional RWS, especially with some of the choices they made in the artwork and their depictions, but it's still a really beautiful deck. If you are at all into horses, or if you're into horses or riding or whatever, this is a must get. And also, if you want to pair it with an oracle deck, this is the one to do it. Oracle of the Sacred Horse. Did I just forget that for a second? Yes, I am tired. I'm beating these cards up. I don't even use them that often. What? Okay. Anyway, this is a Blue Angel deck, and it has that Blue Angel cardstock that is so dreamy and smooth and wonderful. It is kind of on the opposite spectrum of this cardstock that I also really like. So like this is a beautiful rugged cardstock that still has this rose petal finish, and this is a very flexible spring-backy linen type finish. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Again, I rambled a little bit. You got to learn some Nat lore, and I really wanted to get this filmed, so I apologize. I'll try and edit some of them out, but I don't know that I'll be successful. Anyway, I'm really happy with my purchase. I'm really happy with this deck pairing that I'm super obsessed with. Please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed this walkthrough, and I really hope you enjoyed this deck pairing that I came up with, and I hope to see you in the next video. I don't know when that'll be or what it'll be, so your guess is as good as mine, and we're both going to be surprised. Isn't that going to be fun? All right, everybody. Ta-ta for now. Hi, everyone. It's Nat. I'm going to do that again. Hi, everyone. It's Nat. I'm a horse witch, and we're doing... This one's going to have bloopers. Normally, these ones don't have bloopers. All right, let's try this for the 47th. Ooh, I forgot to light incense. That's why. All right. I am struggling. Editing this is going to be super fun. I said so many times in this, but I'm tired. See, there's another Oh my goodness. Okay, and Kermit the Frog is apparently going in the bloopers as well. Y'all, I should not film on weekdays. That's all I gotta say. All right, thank you so